Both EX Pilliners level 4 as well. Watch out for the penalty zone of Lutpi.
Yeah, 100%. Lutpi could set it up. There goes the bravest fighter used up, and the target is not really anyone in front. It's Yon on the eve, and that's going to be first blood going over to ONIC, trading it up for the Turtle. And sometimes it does feel like...
ONIC even also not forcing any issue of the sides because they know where DFYG wants to play. Yuan already forced back by Lutpi.
Ooh, that's a decent one. Vel going over straight with the bravest fighter. Will be able to take out Kiboy as well as Lutpi. Has a flicker as well, forcing a flicker out of sounds. But here comes Kyrie with that kill. But all said and done, it's actually DFYG with the advantage. They will be able to get this turtle uncontested.
Retribution used already by Kyrie, and it looks like he's gonna lose his purple buff.
Getting chased out by two members. DFYG might be bad. There's a big airstrike on top side as well, looking to make something happen, but Long very happy to play around it. Of course, inside that Zaman Force, but even the Zaman Force can't actually save him that long. No pun intended. Subion and Zed very close by, and they're going to be forcing ONIC back as well.
DFYG are going to be remiss that they lost Long there. That eventually ended up as a big win for ONIC, getting the first kill onto the opposing gold laner. I think ONIC, if they end up getting a big win in this turtle, will look towards mid or the bot already. Vel goes in.
Yeah, as usual, on cue, Vel uses Brave Fire, starts up the fight, but the big penalty zone coming in from Lutpi actually will be able to disrupt it so much. Yon will go down, and it is just going to be blood after blood, trade after trade, kick happening here, but the body of Zed going to keep Lutpi alive just for a few moments more before he will eventually fall to the blades of the Shadow Kill. Actually, Super Ken not really quite done yet, but he does see Kyrie and decides to just back off, at least for now. And now they're going in. Vel, Bravest Fighter, throws down Landshaker, no one home, and it's going to be a soft reset. Long already using up the Zaman Force. This could be some pretty good stuff. Kyrie is dishing out here on the side, but Zed already used the Flicker Wave, the Dragon combination. That might be bad. That might be the ticket here for Jiangfeng Yao Guai to actually make more things happen. Kyrie's up on front, wants to make it a 50-50 if ever, but looks like they're going to decide against it, at least for now. Or will they? Don't know if Vel already has the way to drag, or sorry, he already has it. The previous fighter actually is going to be back up. Tries to go for a bush check, and the flicker in, straight into Sans. And look at that, Lutpi gonna get taken out quite quickly. Super Ken is on the killing spree. Look at this guy, just unstoppable so far. Even Kyrie's Lancelot is having a hard time dealing with it. And now that's gonna be Lord number 2 going over to DFYG. What's gonna be the play here, man? Like, how do they climb themselves out of here and stop the snowball?
Yeah, with how they're built, it's gonna come through the fight. Oh my goodness! Super Ken just finding Skylar like that. He tried to cancel it out, but it was a bit too early on the flicker.
Yo, they're starting and they're not stopping. DFYG, target after target is falling. Lutpi and Kyrie are all alone to defend against this big wave on the top side, and all remaining members of DFYG. This might be a big ask, but they are going to try to see if they can clear up this wave, and that's going to be a no-no. Kyrie, with all his tools, will not even be able to slow him down, and DFYG take down ONIC Indonesia in game number 1.
Jiangfeng Yao Guai. And you see how getting even that game win means to them. A confidence boost.
It'll be 8K for them.
DFYG to take down. ONIC, though, if they get this, it's going to be massive.
Yeah, this is going to be massive if ONIC can actually just get this early on. But Vel is very proactive here. Lutpi already using up the bravest fighter. Rushing. They're bum rushing straight into the turtle here. Using the traction falls. It's going to be stolen by Super Ken. What the hell? And now there's going to be a big, very bad team fight here. Kyrie is up in front. He's going to be the sacrificial lamb. Sans trying to do some decent damage from the back line, but Super Ken is dancing in and out. He's going to go down, though. Long's coming in, but as you can see, this Moskov just doesn't really quite have the turtle, and they got some decent amount of gold for that as well. Lutpi, though, going in with the bravest fighter, some decent output here. No Zed, oh my god, that is a Hilda. It is gonna hurt, and they're gonna be getting another kill in their pockets.
A huge nuisance for ONIC. Now DFYG have started things off.
Yeah, they're starting it off, and actually it's a pretty decent start here Of course, on the side, it's going to be Lutfi hunting down Yon, and I think he will find him. That's going to be another kill going over to them, but it looks like Turtle is not the prio. It's going to be taking down Kyrie, and that means that's going to be Retribution going over to DFYG once more. But look at this really, really good team fight coming in with the Blazing Duet. Oh, they catch him, though, and that is going to be 3 members going down for ONIC Indonesia. Lutfi is on the run. Same with Sans. Not enough mana, not enough damage output to actually deal with this really scary Esmeralda. Even using the bravest fighter to...
But will it also even be enough to take out the Esmeralda? Super Ken showed himself up top.
Oh, look at Zed. He's just going hard on the Sans there. And again, once more, it is going to be Super Ken with that turtle. Kyrie going to get basically melted in the DPS. That is Yon. That is Vel.
Skylar
right now up on front, even forcing the flicker out of Lutfi, as well as the rest of the ONIC lineup. And now here's Skylar going in the back line, trying to hunt down Long. He's actually going to find him. There goes that comeback possibility. But Skylar will also be dealt with here by Super Ken. Nice prediction on where he's actually going to go back, or when he's going to go back. Hilda is just paying off dividends.
Look at Vel
right now. And look at that, Vel. He's actually fighting against 4 members of ONIC and somehow just actually surviving. Again, the perks of just being an Esmeralda. But look at that. Finally, that is well going to be used up here. And here comes Long, though. The backup is real. And the big dive. Falling Star Moon used up by Vel as well. And looks like that's going to be the disengage. We got a big Lord Wave coming up on top side, and the bottom, we got Long as well.
I hope our slowly growing, passionate community in China is watching, and I hope the news is spreading. The DFYG is on the way to beating ONIC.
They are on the way for sure, but look at that. The counter engage coming in from Sans and the Blazing Duet undisrupted here. For Skylar actually did some pretty decent damage, taking down 3 members of DFYG just like that. All of a sudden, tables could possibly be turned, especially if Sans gets a Void Crystal here and a Void Blast. That's going to be catching the Long for sure. But look at that. They're fighting back. Some decent damage coming in from DFYG. And that's good to kick back. Signs of life from ONIC.
And that is a massive heat check. Yanfeng Yao Guai cannot afford.
Disabled anytime, but looks like they are actually not afraid of it. They're dancing up on front. Zed's actually quite low. And there's a big split from Long. He's actually not going away from this fight. And that might be the opening ONIC needs. Look at that.
They can't lose Vel.
Falling Star Moon gonna get canceled here. Traction Pulse already used up. And here comes that bravest fighter we're looking for. And nom nom nom. That goes. That's gonna be the Hilda. Gonna get taken out. And there's the advantage that ONIC are looking for.
They lose 1, but they have to send back 2 because of the split push of Long.
They have getting a threat into the blitz. Looks like it's going to be a signal here going in for Jianfeng Yaoguai. It's Super Ken with a steal on the Lord. And just like that, the DFYG are on the run.
Bit of a warning shot of how much it hurts right now. Long with Husk Claws. Oh, the entry!
Oh, they find it. Again, the Purify will be popped here, but the damage is going into Kyrie. He cannot actually ignore that, and Kyrie will get taken out just like that. Vel up on front actually still doesn't have the Falling Star Moon. Violet Requiem will not be casted by Kiboy, and DFYG are starting on the Lord. And yeah, for sure, they're going to go ahead and lock it in. Vel is actually in very critical danger here. Low HP right now. Zed up on front. Kyrie and Skylar trying to whittle down this Lord as fast as possible. Just getting ready for a possible team fight. But it's Lutfi who's actually going to start this fight right now. They take out Yon. That is huge. They're fighting up inside the real world manipulation. And Jake just cannot deal with the damage. Long already used up his dashes as well.
Oh my god!
Oh my goodness. No way Ken finds Lutfi just like that. And they're going to be able to at least take 1, but Yanfeng Yaoguai 5v4 on the Lord fight. They're making it a 4v4 actually. They do have to send out Lutfi on the top.
This could be a really long one. ONIC though have a really good advantage. Kiboy with the spatial migration.
Gary be able to at least whittle him down very, very low. But look at that. Kiboy gonna be absolutely disgustingly put low. Kyrie is in trouble. Gonna be able to buy a Retribution or buy the Immortality, but will still get taken out. And just like that, 1 by 1, the ONIC members are getting hunted down. They're trying to buy as much time as they can, but Lutfi will still be taken out. Look at that, Sans. Kiboy as well on the side. That's going to be
Down,
free.
leading to DFYG yet again, getting this Lord.
And nice
Kiboy.
grip on the knock-up here. Kiboy actually got the right target, but doesn't really have enough artillery or enough
Super
guns
Ken.
in the barrel to save the day. Super Ken gonna get taken. Oh my goodness, that was actually very close. Vel making a run for it. He has the immortality, just bought it, trying to buy as much time as he can though, but he will still get taken out, and that's gonna be -1 for DFYG with the Lord walking on the bottom. This is gonna be so hard for them to clear just because of that. It's a 1-for-1. Kiboy
He
is
not yet back. Traction pulse not yet back. There's the SOD. It's back and it hits.
Oh, it's going to be hitting, and that's going to be pretty massive damage. Again, Kyrie is going to be the main tank for this lineup. He is going to be the main frontliner, and it's going to be Super Ken reaching to the back, forcing a flicker out of Sans. And there's the Lord. The DPS is going to be real long. Getting dove in by Lutfi, but it's just way too late. They're going to be removing the Lapu Lapu from the game, and Zed going to be the sacrificial lamb as well to make that happen.
Lutfi saving it
Despite
for...
them just having just a really sizable lead at that point. Now it's a Lord walking up on top. We are 30 minutes, and that Lord is really, really crunchy. And Super Ken gonna get taken out on the bottom. And even inside the base, they're having a hard time just DPSing this Lord nonstop. Zed trying to buy as much time as he can in the middle of the ONIC lineup, and somehow actually will be able to survive. Here comes Long. It's all gonna be up to him. Zed's on the side. Immortality's already popped. And looks like we're not going home just yet. It is gonna be game number 3. ONIC Indonesia beats DFYG right here, right now.
What a titanic series. 30 minutes. And ONIC, majority of the game, it was them who was behind. Them trying to play catch up. And DFYG just could not.
His crazy antics here. Gonna make very strong plays. But DFYG, decent pressure. First blood going over to Super Ken.
Might have been a little bit too eager and too early for Kiboy to go for a full check there. Now leaving Kyrie a little bit susceptible. Getting poked down by DFYG. Little Wanderer will go to Tianfeng Yaoguai.
Boost of experience for Super Ken, especially considering that Kyrie is gonna have to slow down. What the heck? Out of nowhere, Super Ken again catching another one. That's 2 kills on the Lancelot and another assist. Right now, surprisingly, 1.2k gold lead here for Tianfeng Yaoguai at 2 minutes. Not something you see every day.
No!
And now, again, another... what the heck? Where are these kills coming from?
It's Zed and Ye1 reading the rotations of ONIC perfectly.
Oh, that is beautiful. And now a flicker or land shaker here for Lutfi. Gonna serve him very well because the backline will get quite easily disposed of here by ONIC. And now even Kyrie gonna have a lot of control on that hurdle. Zed, no tech charge yet, means it's also easy pickings for this guy, Kings. And look at that, just like that. We got some pretty good next few seconds here of breathing room, but Ione, you know what? Says, I'm going to be able to dash on out of there. That's a pretty good wild charge or tech charge, but actually kind of killed... Oh, goodness, there you go. Super Ken again, way too deep. Somehow getting caught in one at a time. Well up against Free. I'm not sure if this Phobius is going to be long for the world. And that's going to be more kills going over the ONIC. We are even on gold.
DFYG getting sloppy. Vel, it only would have made sense for Vel to be able to do that if Ye1 was a little bit closer. But at that point, he knew his mage was up top. He shouldn't have committed it. And now Zed is forced to use the flicker, is forced to go back. They are losing their footing in terms of where to go next. They are lost.
And Lutfi just preemptively flickering with the land shaker as well. Giving so much stonks to ONIC. Because of that, they actually might just chunk away at this tower. And now even Zed can't really escape anymore. The fangs of ONIC Indonesia playing so well around that tower. Even under it, Lutfi itching to go.
I think majority of the time, though, it is the tectonic charge that Sans is stealing away. Lutfi gets spotted out by Velk, and Super can finish him off, and the answer is
He
yes.
decides to go for the bravest fighter. There's really not much they can do about it, except maybe throw in Zed with the wild charge or the tech charge. But now look at that. They're going to have to use it defensively, just like I mentioned. This time, Bell tried to go for a re-engage. I don't know if that's wise. Lutfi on the side, already used up the bravest fighter. There's a knockup. There's going to be a big cancel as well on the VAT. And not even the Phobias can actually withstand that kind of onslaught coming in from ONIC.
Sans' tech charges have been great recently. They weren't able to get the kill there, but that was a perfect entry. Kiboy goes in with AOG.
Yeah, that's huge AOG. Again, Yone just cannot do anything on this Farsa. So many cancels that are threatening him. Long casting the SOD will be hitting the target. Even with the assist on that turret, will actually not get the kill. Although there are going to be two. Lutfi and Sans going to be falling. Kiboy might be in trouble as well. He doesn't really have the AOG to escape. Casting it already. And now Skylar and Kyrie are all alone on the map. Unstoppable is going to be Kyrie. He's going to get chased down by Veil. I don't know if it's going to be within range, but he is trying. He's making the beeline. And it's going to be even more difficult blocking in that BOD. So Kyrie is going to have just a crap ton of damage, and they're going to have a hard time stopping that or slowing him down. Again, Zed is going to be super crucial in doing that, right? Tech charge in the right place could slow it down, but knock up on the Lord actually might be detrimental to Visgrok. Instead, Lutfi chasing him up and even preempting that Landshaker. And that is going to be multiple members of DFYG just down for the count. We're actually going to get slowed down here. Bell trying to fight back even a little, but I don't think it's going to fruit to anything.
Cross map kills. ONIC are now just
might of ONIC at this point. Lutfi already using the bravest fighter quite early on and casting the stun straight into the Farsa. Might just be problematic. Yone now having some pretty free salvos, but look at that. Zed gonna have to force a flicker on out of there. Long though gonna be able to take out Kiboy. They bought a lot of time, but their inhibitor turret on top side will fall.
Ooh, SOD gun. Vel needs to be careful.
Again, straight into the big brunt of this whole composition, and using your tech charge into nothing, basically giving Sans such a good ultimate. He's actually using it a lot better than the Grok itself. That's 2 down for DFYG, and Super Ken actually might just follow shortly. And there you go. DFYG just might fizzle out. It's just Long and Yone left on the map to defend, and they have a few minion waves to clear here. ONIC gonna make sure that they can't touch or actually can't get within reach. Yone the sacrificial lamb to try to get some space here, and Kiboy actually will fall. Don't know if that's gonna be enough. Zed is gonna be up here just in the nick of time, but again, just way too late to the party. It's still gonna be ONIC at the end of the day with the win in this series.
Yeah, Kyrie was just locked in the majority of the game, despite the early deaths suffered by Skylar, Kiboy, and Sans. Kyrie was nigh untouchable in this one. Greedy couldn't get to him. The one time that they almost got him, he was still able to utilize the killing spree and the traceless